Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on fractions part 2. In the previous video we looked at the fraction known as a half, which is written as 1 over 2. We saw some pictures that clearly explain the meaning of this simple fraction. This video will explore other fractions by using simple diagrams. Let's look at the fraction 1/3. That's how we write it in words. And it's 1 over 3. Remember, that's the numerator and the denominator. Let's see over here what that means. The circle, triangle, and rectangle to the bottom left, that's those three there, each have 1/3 of the whole part which is shaded a darker colour. See here, the circle is divided into 3 equal parts. One of those parts is shaded a darker colour, which is 1 out of 3. One of the parts of the triangle is shaded a darker colour, 1 out of 3. And one of the parts of the rectangle, they're all equal parts, is shaded a darker colour, which is 1 over 3. Let's look at this picture here with 3 apples. In the above picture, 1/3 of the apples are red. See, because you've got 3 apples, but only one of them is red, so it's 1 over 3. In the above picture, only 1/3 of the bananas are ripe. There are 3 equal groups, and only one of the groups is ripe. See the 3 equal groups? 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. So they all have equal numbers in them. 3 equal groups. Only one of the groups has bananas that are ripe. That's why we go 1 over 3. The 9 tasty dishes above can be divided into 3 separate groups. One group there, another group there, and another group here. They are the olives, which is the top group, the salads, which is the middle group, and the dips, which are the bottom group. Only 1/3 of the dishes contain olives. That is, one group out of the 3 groups contain olives, and that's why it's 1/3. Let's look at the fraction of 1/4. Here we have group 1, which has 5 cats. Group 2, 5 dogs. Group 3, 5 birds. And group 4, 5 fish. In the 4 equal groups above, only one group contains cats. So we can say that 1/4 of all the animals are cats. And that makes sense because it's one group out of the 4 groups, and they all have equal number of animals. That's why 1/4 of all the animals are cats. And here's another example of 1/4. The circle, square, and parallelogram each have 1/4 of the whole part which is shaded a darker colour. I'll just do this one example here, and those 3 are the same. Here we have 4 equal parts. That represents the denominator. Only one part is shaded a darker colour, which represents the numerator, and that's why it's 1 over 4. And finally, 1/5. The circle, cross, and trapezium each have 1/5 of the whole part which is shaded a darker colour. So that's been another interesting video on fractions, and we've looked at the fractions of 1/3, 1/4, and 1/5, just to expand on the previous video where we just looked at a half.